Introducing your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite.
Squishy Evans, number 1, St. Killian Parish School. Squishy says, no, 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 no.
Enzo Vickers, number 2, St. Charles.
Fernando, number 5, Chartiers Valley. Let's win it, boys.
Grayson Baru, number 14. I go to Elwood City Area School District.
Lennon Bloom, 22, Nature Boy Elementary. Ooh! Ryan Schweitzer, number 23, Hayne Elementary School. Bang!
Finn Bowen, number 26, and I go to Eden Hall Upper Elementary. And I got hands.
Austin Kumnick, number 34, Hayne Elementary.
Brady Dixon, 36, in Gamar Elementary School, laying the boom.
I'm Sammy Brushett, number 48, and I go to Hayne Middle School.
Ryan Laura, number 61, Hayne Middle School.
Luca Zacci, number 83, Mars Area Centennial School. And I shoot bombs from the blue line.
Danny Foster, 88, Mercer Elementary School.
This is my house. Nathan Goldberg, 97, Level Green Elementary School. And I hit lasers.
Good afternoon, Swirly Nation, and welcome back to the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Where we've got more Cinnamon Swirl TV action for you here. Game 2 of 7 on the weekend. We thank you for joining us here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. This game's going to bring you the Cincinnati Cyclones and your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Well, everybody, it's time for Puck Drop here. Starting lineups brought to you by the trading table at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, right outside those windows to your left. In net, 48, Sammy Brushett. On defense, 34, Austin Kumnick at 88, Danny Foster. The wings, 26, Finn Bowen, 61, Ryan Lohr. And your center, number 22, Landon Bloom. A centering feed by the Cyclones is jostled around in front and covered by Brushett. So we get our first stop and play 30 seconds in here. Should be some more exciting hockey action for you here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Subscribe below. Also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's Grayson Baru into the offensive zone, spinning one towards the net, followed on by Enzo Vickers. He can't get control of it, and back come the Cyclones. up through center, weaving to the outside. Dixon in defense as they come wide. Winding, firing, and Brichette there to make the save. It'll be played back to the point. A shot from that point, picked off by Vickers. Vickers tries to carry it up through center. It's behind Luarchuk, off of his skate, picked up by the Cyclones, and back they come. It'll be an offside play, and we got it will not be an offside play. It's going to be too many men. Too many men on the ice. It looks like it's on the Penguins. Cincinnati had the puck, so the Penguins, while they're going to get a too many men call, it's perhaps a bit advantageous because Cincinnati had control of the puck there, and they were driving into the Penguin zone. So it will be the Pens with the penalty. That penalty is going to be served by 43 Luarchuk. 13:52 to play here in the first period. Early in the first, Penguins will head to the penalty kill. It'll be Landon Bloom getting it out to center. He was trying to hit Ryan Lohr. He'll stay in the play, dislodging the puck at the blue line. Banking it off the boards, and the Cyclones will try to gain the zone and will. Sent back the other way by the defensive stick of Zachi. Gathered in for a D-to-D play, and then a clear up the right-hand side by the Cyclones, who gain the zone with a 3-on-3. A drop pass around Bloom, cutting to the middle, weaving in front, trying to shoot one. That's defended well by Foster. Thomas will get to the puck for Cincinnati. Back to the point it goes. Chopped that by Foster, picked up by the Cyclones, dropping it off to the side. Trying a cross ice feed. That's defended well by Foster as well. Banked off the boards, back out the center, and it'll be Cincinnati picking it up at the blue line as the Penguins have killed the first 55 seconds of the too many men call. Bowen forces the play to the left as it's dumped in behind. It'll be picked up by Zachi. Zachi banks it off the boards behind Bowen. A shot comes in from the point that's fought off by Foster. Foster will go heavy off the glass, trying to get it out of the zone, kept in by Cincinnati. Over to Bowen. Bowen can't quite clear. It's tapped at, picked up by the Cyclones, and dumped in behind. It's all Cincinnati here in the early going as the penalty expires on the Penguins. They're back to even strength as Bowen gets to the puck. Luarchuk trying to come out of the box and get free. Penguins will get it to him, but multiple back checkers by Cincinnati. Able to break things up before Schweitzer gains control and gains the blue line. No further as back come the Cyclones. Goldberg to the puck. He'll rim it in. No icing the call as it's dumped in behind the Cyclone zone. Vickers in on the forecheck, followed up by Baru, kept at the blue line by Foligno. It'll be just off the stick of Baru as he tries to get to that F3 spot. Now Vickers will backhand it into the Cincinnati zone. Rimmed around. Cut off by Baru. A centering pass bounces over the stick of Goldberg to Foligno for a slap shot that's blocked by the Cyclones, and it'll be cleared up through center. Here comes the diminutive number 10 Thomas, who had quite a few of the tallies for the Cyclones the last time these teams played. A nice defensive back check there by Vickers, breaks the play up. It'll be past Goldberg, collected at the blue line, whacked back out to center, and gathered in by Cincinnati. A centering feed by the Cyclones is cut off and turned back the other way. The Penguins playing some great hockey here early. Cincinnati's had the territorial advantage, but the Penguins have done a great job in their zone, breaking up plays and getting zone exits. Not turning it over at that blue line, which can be so dangerous. It's up the wall, kept in at the point by Zachi. He'll find Schweitzer. Schweitzer carrying to the outside, sending it back to the middle, looking for Bloom. It'll skip all the way to the corner where it's picked up by Cincinnati. The Clones back to the point. Zachi will fire one between the legs of Bloom that trickles wide of the Cincinnati cage. Rimmed around, kept in at the point, this time by Dixon. Dixon will fire it off the stick of Bloom. Can the Pens keep it in? They will. It'll be Lohr. Lohr looking backside for Schweitzer, just cut off in time by Cincinnati. If that gets through, the Penguins would have a 10-bell chance there. As Zachi will pick it up. He's tripped up by the red line. And it'll be picked up by the Cyclones in their own end. Another shot by Zachi. This one goes off of Lohr. Penguins completing a line change. They're able to keep it in, but only briefly, as that was Goldberg. Now Zachy. Zachy will gain the line. Firing one towards the net that's cut off by the defender. It'll be Goldberg getting to it. He tries a slap shot, and just like Charlie Brown, the puck is just tipped away at the last possible second. It's off the stick of Lowarchuk, picked up by Cincinnati in front of their own bench. Waved at and sent to the area cross ice on the left wing side. Defended well by the Penguins, picked up by Baru. He tries to cut to the middle, that's cut off. And it'll be back to the Penguin bench area where Zachy will pick it up. He'll send it off Lowarchuk into the Cincinnati zone, where Lowarchuk plays takeaway and drives down the middle, can't get the shot through. Tied up by Goldberg along the wall, but swiping through as a Cincinnati Cyclone player. Up and around Kubnik. Looking backside as the puck comes in. It's stopped by Burchett. Waved to the outside to be gathered in by Kubnik. Played up to the wall for Bowen. Bowen and Goldberg will do battle. As it's kicked free, Thomas gets to it. He can't cut into the Penguin zone. Penguins doing an excellent job defensively so far in this game. This is a quick Cyclones team with some skilled players, and they're doing a great job stick on puck and body position to stay between and break these plays up. Cincinnati will gain the zone 2-on-4. Twisting on the outside is Thomas. He was a Penguin killer in their last game. He centers one that just doesn't connect. And again, cleared by the Pens, this time Bowen to lower to Schweitzer. Schweitzer weaving through. Spinorama at the top of the circles is knocked away. Sent back out the center to be picked up by Cincinnati. They'll gain the zone and dump it in. Foligno to the corner. They'll pop it off the boards to Schweitzer. Schweitzer out the center finding Lohr. That's broken up by the Cyclones. Foligno will try the opposite side this time. Can't quite get it to Dixon, not quite far enough for Lowarchuk, so we'll get a battle on the half wall. That's won by the support of Lowarchuk. He's able to get it out the center, where the Penguins are looking to change. Penguins end up with 4 guys on the ice to not get another too many men call. Lowarchuk gets to the puck, can't get control, so the Cyclones are back into the Pens end. From the outside, a bouncing puck, gloved it. Connected a ton at Notre Dame. Now it's to Bowen. Bowen shot off of a pad. Cleared to the half wall by Cincinnati, cut off by Bowen. He must have eaten his Wheaties this morning. Finn Bowen buzzing out there. Cutting back up and sending it up the right wing side. Kept in at the line by Bloom. Bloom tried for the corner. It's turned back the other direction. And back come the Cyclones. It'll be a 3-on-3 as they gain the Penguins line. To the left. Leaving it. Centering one. Defended well by Foligno. Out to Bloom it comes. Bloom will cut to the middle. Around one. Challenges the second. Leaves it on the wing for Luarchuk. He'll follow up Bloom there in support along the wall. The Penguins forward looking for a line change as it comes all the way back to Zachi. A bouncing puck eludes the stick. He'll gather it in at center and drive it into the offensive zone where he shovels a backhander into the danger area in front of the cage. It's cleared by Cincinnati. It's icing if it's far enough, and it is 4:51 to play here in the first period. It's 0-0 Penguins and the Cincinnati Junior Cyclones. Vickers on the draw, wins it over to Luarchuk. Back to the point for an absolute missile from Dixon that comes off the blocker. And perhaps cranial area of the goaltender. The Cyclones back through center. Into the Pens end to the right wing corner, defended by Dixon, supported by Luarchuk. That puck support right there is what has been the difference in this game, keeping this one 0-0 by the Pens as Baru weaves through center. He'll cut around the defender, tries to catch the goalie moving right to left and shoot it back to the right-hand side and just misses the post. Sent towards the net by the Pens, defended off by the Cyclones. Back to the point, it'll come for Zachi. He wedges it back to the corner for Baru. Baru in possession. Luarchuk in support. He'll swipe in, get control. Tries to go short side. It's ramped off of a stick-on puck deflection. Gathered in by Dixon behind the net to Luarchuk. Picked up by Vickers. He'll bank it off the back. Baru with a shot into the middle. And it's 3:23 in the afternoon, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Head to the fridge, grab an ice cold Baru. Grayson Baru making it 1-0 Penguins. And I didn't get the replay for you, folks. That's what happens when your producer is also the play-by-play guy and he gets to make the ice-cold Baru call. 3:40 to play in the first. Penguins with a 1-0 lead as Foster gets control. He sends it up for Lohr. Lohr to the right wing side, controlled by the Cyclones. Up the wall, and they'll bring it out the left wing corner. Dumping it all the way to the Penguins' end. It'll trickle around Burchett. Picked up by Kumnik. He'll rim it around for Bowen. Bowen leaves it for the streaking Bloom. And he's headed all the way to the quad. The streaking Bloom send a shot right off the stick as he's hurled into the wall. It'll be Foster to the puck. He can't keep it in, and we'll have an offside play. The faceoff will come outside of the Cyclone zone. Gathered in by Cincinnati, wedged at by Foligno. It'll be dumped to the corner. Cyclones the first one to it as they try to set up in the Penguins' end. The Penguins really flipped script here late in the first period, and they're rewarded for it with a 1-0 lead as Goldberg cuts into the offensive zone. He gets some space, cuts into the middle. He'll wind and fire. Glove hand save and a beauty. Face off to come in the offensive zone for the Penguins. Right wing circle. Vickers will lean in over the dot. The referee adjusts the wings, and we get a drop of the puck. It's controlled by the Penguins. Vickers along the half wall. He'll try to dump it to the corner for Baru. Doesn't get through, so he'll possess it up by the line. A play across to Dixon. That's shot into the corner for Baru. Baru's centering pass about knee-high as it came through the crease and avoided the stick of Vickers. It'll be Foligno picking it up. Wedges it out to center, no further. It's returned back to the Penguins' end by Cincinnati, where it'll be picked up by Brady Dixon. Cincinnati getting a line change as Dixon tosses it to the side for Goldberg. It's picked up by the Cyclones. They'll come right down the line while defended by the Penguins, so they'll dump it in instead. Foligno to the puck. He'll come under immediate forecheck pressure, so he'll go heavy off the boards looking for Lohr. It eludes his stick and is kept into the corner by Cincinnati. Foligno gets to it first. Wins a battle and fires it up for Vickers, who's able to escape to neutral ice. Gathered in there by Cincinnati. They'll play D to D, and the defenseman will rush the puck here. Weaving to the offensive zone, leaving it at the point. Shot in on Burchett that is gobbled up in the paraphernalia and controlled by the goaltender for a whistle. Face-off here for Bloom. Interference call coming here on the Cyclones. So the Penguins are going to head to the Seven Fields Wealth Management Power Play. Their first Seven Fields Wealth Management Power Play of the day. If you want to supercharge your retirement planning, just like the Penguins supercharge this power play, go to our good friends at Seven Fields Wealth Management. Foster looking for Schweitzer. It bounces over his stick. It'll be kept in at the blue line by Zachi, who sends it all the way in on the Cyclone cage, where it's covered up and held. 1:01 to play in the period. That's the clock we'll use. If the Penguins cannot record a score here on the power play, they'll start the second with the man advantage. Thank you for joining us, Cinnamon Swirl TV, cinytv.com. On the YouTube, please subscribe to the channel below. Hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. It's whacked up by the Cyclones. The rebound is picked up. It is buried by Lorzy. And oh, baby, biscuits and gravy. It's a Seven Fields Wealth Management power play goal by 61, Ryan Lohr. Penguins line back up for the faceoff. It'll be Goldberg taking the draw. He wins it cleanly back to Kumnik, and the Penguins have a 2-goal lead here. As time ticks down in the first period, his centering feed goes off the foot of Luarchuk. Cleared back out the center, past the defender. It'll be picked up in his own zone and spun out of trouble. A cross-ice feed collected in by Cincinnati. Attempting to play it right back the other way before it's off of a Penguin stick to Kumnik. Baru waves at it, can't get control. It'll be Cincinnati trying to set up late in the period as Thomas tries to cut to the middle. There's Baru to play takeaway, and he gets it back out to center, spinning as he gets there. The zone entry into the feet of Luarchuk, gathered in by the Clones. To the corner we are as time ticks away. It'll be a feed to the stick of Baru, and a trip as horn sounds. No one worse for wear, and so we will head to the first intermission here in Pittsburgh. We're back live here, Cinnamon Swirl TV, Swirly Nation, tuning in live. Penguins 2, Cyclones 0. Here in this clash between Pennsylvania and Ohio, the Penguins wedge it into the Cyclone zone, followed on by Schweitzer. He'll center a puck, it's off of a stick. Gathered in behind the net, rimmed around, it'll be Dixon getting there. He'll control along the wall, dump in behind the Cyclone cage, where pressure's going to come immediately from Lohr. It's off the back of a Cyclone, pressured by Bowen. Puck pops free to the danger zone, but it's cleared by the Cyclones, and they're up ice on a 3-on-2. To the left wing corner will head. Pressured there by Zachy. Spinning in the corner is a Cyclone forward all the way. Into the corner he'll go before being out supported by Schweitzer. Swipe that, centering feed comes off, Dixon back to Schweitzer. It'll be picked up by Schweitzer to Bowen. Bowen will clear the zone and find Schweitzer. He sends it off the wall for Lohr. Lohr will get it back to Schweitzer, who swipes it all the way to the Cyclone zone, and the Pens get those all-important quick line changes here. About 60 seconds on that shift, a good shift length. As free pops a Cyclone for a one-on-one play. Foster will pressure to the outside. Vickers with the back pressure, and the shot careens off the side of the net. Picked up by Luarchuk. Sent up for Vickers. Vickers to Goldberg. Goldberg through center to the offensive zone. He's pressured from behind, but he's able to use that body to keep possession of the puck, trying for the point man Kumnik, who it was just out of his reach. It'll come the whole way back to the Penguins' end. Kumnik there, up the wall. He'll try, that's picked off, and the Cyclones are in action in the Penguin zone. Curling with it, out top, weaving, leaving it in the corner. Luarchuk. Now Kumnik behind the net. Vickers to support. Luarchuk there as well. Penguins to the corner as it's rimmed up the wall. 3 Cyclones there to keep it in. It'll be popped all the way back out the center, though, where it's icing if it's far enough, but it is not a nice pitching wedge chip up or check up right before the goal line. As the Cyclones sneak somebody out behind, it's a breakaway. In on net. Brush it there to say no. Sweet buttery crumpets, that was a beauty. We'll give you that one on replay, folks, as the play continues in the Penguin zone. That's Bloom getting it up the wall. Back to the corner, it's all Cyclones right now. Rimmed around by Kumnik. Kept at the point. Knocked off the stick by Bloom, it'll be Bowen. Bowen and Schweitzer in a 2-on-1. Bowen drives in, Schweitzer slopping for it, the pass in his feet, and it's turned back the other direction. Back come the Cyclones. What a save by Brushett on the breakaway, a glove save, keeping it 2-0. Bloom wedging it up the wall. Schweitzer sends it out to the middle. It'll be Foster getting control. Foster weaving up through center, cutting to the middle, into the offensive zone. Possesses, looks, twists and turns. He'll leave it for Schweitzer. Knocked free and cleared by Cincinnati. Vickers coming across to pressure. There's that Penguins back pressure. When they back pressure and puck support, this is an exciting team to watch. And this is an exciting hockey game, and we're thankful you're with us here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Remember, if you follow us on here, remember to hit subscribe. Also, find us on Facebook. You'll also see on Facebook a Super Bowl block poll as a fundraiser here being done by one of the hockey teams. So if you want to square, folks, look that up on Facebook. And there's instructions on there on how to do it. I think it's also on Twitter and the Insta. As Cincinnati weaves in, a backhander kicked out by Brushett. He is having a dandy here today. To the blue line, where it's kept in again by Cincinnati as they try to close this lead. They've flipped the ice a bit here midway through the second, as it'll be Luarchuk to the puck. He'll rim it all the way across the ice for Baru. Baru into the offensive zone, sending a puck to the middle. No one home, and the Cyclones will counterattack. There's the back pressure from Luarchuk. Shot comes in. It's off the stick of Brushett. It sits kind of out front, but it's cleared by Foligno. To the corner where the Cyclones will get control. They'll go cross ice for the one time that skips wide of the net. Whacked at by Foligno, off of Luarchuk, but possessed by the Cyclones. Back to the point we go again. This time that shot deflected out front. Dixon will wedge it to the half wall, where Luarchuk will win the battle and clear the zone. The back pressure by Baru. Play stays onside. Vickers he tries to lift it to Baru. Couldn't quite get it past the Cyclone defense. Baru will get to the puck at the red line and try to dump it in. It's off of a Cyclone. They'll pick the puck up at the blue line and start the break in as the Penguins change their forward lines. They're able to get back in the play. A shot in off Brichette, up high. Shot from the outside, off the side of the cage, rimmed around for Bowen. And the Penguins are coming back through center. All the way to the Cyclone zone where it's picked up by the Cyclone defender. He'll wedge it up the wall not once but twice. The second one cut off by Bloom. Bloom with more back pressure as the Cyclones weave into the Penguin zone. And a kick save by Brichette out on top of his net. Brichette is better on that one to keep the puck out with the kicker. In on net by Cincinnati. As the puck trickled in, it was swiped to the corner by the goalie. A shot by Dixon off the stick of Bloom behind the Cyclone cage. Carried out by Cincinnati up the right. 3-on-3 developing. That's off of the stick of the center to Zachi, who goes indirect off the boards to Goldberg, who's poke checked by the defense, and back come the Cyclones. Penguin zone, weaving through, leaving a drop pass, winding, firing, blockered out by Brichette, picked up by Baru. Off the stick of Vickers and out the center it comes. Vickers up off the boards, gathered by Goldberg, sent back to Zachi. Zachi around one to the red line. He'll put it off the stick of Vickers to Baru. Baru weaving to the middle. Now back to the outside. Leaves it for Vickers. Vickers back to the point for Zachi. Zachi loses control and back come the Cyclones through center. It's a one-on-one with Dixon. Poke between his legs. They're in on another breakaway. And there's Brichette again with the blocker this time. Sammy Brichette standing on his head here. We'll give you that one as well on the breakaway. As this puck's put in front, you're going to see Brady Dixon on the right of your screen come up. Sammy Brichette make the save on the left on the replay as the Cyclones are back on it into the Penguin zone. Shot comes in, blockered, and then caught like a juggler. Sammy Brichette comes up with the save, holds on to the puck, and the furious back and forth action comes to a stop with 7:24 to play in period number 2. Puck to the point, whacked at, bouncing puck, snagged by the catching mitt. It'll be Bloom to take the face-off. The referee aligning the players again. He gives them the pump fake draw. And Cincinnati wins it. Dumping it back to the corner, just past Kumnik. Supported by Bloom, who falls to the ice but gets right back up. Kumnik to Schweitzer. Schweitzer sweeps it to the middle. Off of a defender, he was looking for Lohr. It'll be followed on by Foster, getting it to Lohr. Lohr's got Schweitzer. Schweitzer knows he has Bloom as they cut to the inside. He'll send it across. The great Landini with a great shot off the pad, kept out. All the way to the point for Kumnik. He'll fire one, and Big Ben strikes one as Kumnik rings one off the iron. A fantastic counter punch there by the Penguins. And they'll have an offensive zone draw. Face-off will come to the right of the Cincinnati net. Goldberg wins it. Back to Dixon. Shot in, deflected, and sent just wide by Baru. Picked up by Cincinnati, but excellent position there. If you go back and get a chance, watch that play as Luarchuk sees it come up. He doesn't come up right behind the kid. He angles in order to get in front of that puck. That was an excellent back pressure by Luarchuk. Cyclones to the Penguins line, no further as it's whacked out by Goldberg and sent in on an icing. So this one will come the whole way back to the Pens end. Cinnamon Swirl TV here, bringing you the 2011 Pens Elite Team Nelson. If you have questions for the broadcast team, you can put them in the chat box there as you join us on the live broadcast. You can also come back and watch any of these games. And hopefully later on this weekend or next week, we'll have some highlights from the trip to Notre Dame. We're bringing this game to you live from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex, the practice home of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Waved at by Zachi, gathered in by Goldberg right in front of Bruchette. He'll rim it around for Baru. Baru knocked down, followed up by Zachi, who wedges it out to center ice. Luarchuk on the forecheck. Uses his body again to win a puck battle before it's swiped away by Cincinnati and brought back into the Penguin zone for a shot off the glove hand side to the corner. It'll be Foster. Foster twisting in the corner. Gathered in by Luarchuk at the half wall. He'll send it off the stick of Baru, and Baru is going to try to chase it down. He nudges it forward, can't get free as they twist and spin into the goaltender. It's counterattacked by Cincinnati on what will be an offside play. Baru doing a good job there of not just absolutely annihilating the poor goaltender in net. It'll be a face-off just outside the Cyclone zone. 5:16 to play here in the second. Puck sent to the middle, but again, back pressure, this time Schweitzer. Able to get it, go behind the back to Bowen. Bowen finds Lohr. Lohr finds the Cincinnati zone. Driving wide and shooting one low, just missing the cage. It'll be Bowen to the puck on the half wall. Supported by Schweitzer. Frees it up for the shot from the point by Kubnik that bounces free. Knocked out once, twice. All of them kept out by the goaltender. And back come the Cyclones. Up through center, weaving into the Penguin zone. Looking, firing. That's off the pads and gobbled up by the Penguin goalie, Bruchette. And a shout out for the song of the game so far, Tricky. We'll get a face-off. Penguin zone. Popped in the air by Goldberg, but gathered in by a Cyclone. Back pressure from Luarchuk, not enough. Penguins are trying to head up by. There's where skating through the puck. Right, the Penguins will get control of it. A cross-ice pass is picked off. Kept in the zone. This could be danger. Knocked off a stick, gathered in, and sent off of a stick. Great stick on puck block there by the Pens. Cyclones setting up in the Pen zone. Dangerous here as the Pens had a chance to clear. We talked about that earlier in the first period. Penguins were doing a good job getting it out of the zone. This shift so far, though, the Cyclones pinning the Penguins in. They picked up behind the net. A wraparound, sent cross crease, wedged that, and that'll end up behind in the back of the net, and that all comes from not clearing the zone. Penguins had a chance to clear the zone and didn't. And that puck ends up in the back of the Penguin net on a bit of a poke goal that eludes the pad of Bruchette and makes it 2-1 here, 3:49 to play in the second period. Bloom gets the puck, knocks it free. It's off the stick of Kubnik. Waved at, not touched. It'll be picked up by Bowen. Bowen off the boards. He's looking for Bloom, who streaks into the zone. Tries to get it to Schweitzer. Turned back by Cincinnati, and they'll come through center. One-on-one play here with Kumnik. He'll force the play wide. The shot skips wide to Burchett. It'll be a bit of a reverse bump there on Schweitzer as he goes in to get the puck. It's supported by Bloom, comes free to Bowen, and Bowen will get the puck out of the Penguin zone. Bowen skating hard to the left-hand side. It's cleared up and out of the zone once and twice, where it's gathered by Foster at the Penguin line. He'll go off the boards to himself. A little skate-to-stick action before it's picked up by Schweitzer. Schweitzer trying for Bloom. Bloom had lost a twig, and the Cyclones will pick the puck up and come back the other way. Stepping in front, Luarchuk. 2:30 to play here, second period. 2-1 Penguins as the Cyclones steal the puck, put one in on Burchett, and the rebound pops off and is put behind the Penguin goaltender. And we have a tie game, two quick succession goals here by Cincinnati, and the Penguins need to regroup a bit. Vickers to take the faceoff, wins it back to Foligno. Foligno up to Baru. Baru wedges it deeper. It'll be to the corner. Two players go down in a heap. And the puck's underneath, so we'll get a whistle as Vickers decides to pile on. I think we're going to try the pyramid here. Penguins and Cyclones are going to do a pyramid. We're going to do a pyramid there in the corner, like a cheerleading competition. The flyer was Enzo Vickers on the play. It'll be Vickers to take the faceoff. Lots of sisters at home happy that I know what the flyer is. And I don't mean the Philly Flyers. It'll be up through center by Cincinnati. Picked up by Foligno. Banked off the boards, controlled by Cincinnati though. They weave right off the wall, walk right out in front and send a backhander wide of the net. Popped around behind, picked up by Thomas there for Cincinnati. He tries to twist and turn. Foligno defending. Thomas able to work it back to the point. A shot comes in, bouncing around, picked up by Luarchuk, cleared by Baru. And the Penguins will get puck pressure. Baru right back after it. The forecheck, the back check, the paycheck here. The forecheck forces the turnover to Bloom. To the corner he goes, swiping it out in front. And he knew you were thirsty, folks. That's right, Ed. Back to the fridge. Dig deep and grab an ice cold Baru on a beautiful feed from Landon Bloom. And you get the replay, folks. You get the replay of that one. And the Penguins have retaken a one-goal lead. Off the stick of ice-cold Baru. As we wind inside of a minute, a centering feed. Kicked out by Burchett, and then a glove save and a beauty. Another sweet buttery crumpet there by Bruschetta is better. Puck cleared by Foster, and that's a good play. Remember earlier, that second goal came after the Penguins did not clear the puck. Sent back in, it's off of Bruschetta, who's without a stick. Cleared by Zachy, not out. He'll try a second time. That one will not get further than the point. Curling back in is Cincinnati. Sending a centering pass up off of Zachy. That's a monumental task to get the puck that high that quick. It's cleared up by Foster all the way to the Cincinnati zone. Banked off the boards. Pressured by Bowen. Forcing it to Foster. Foster in his own end. He'll play it to Zachy. Zachy fans on the first clearing attempt, but he'll connect on the second as time expires in the second. It's the Penguins 3. The Cyclones 2. As we head to the third period, we'll bring you that most recent goal here on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Battled for, kicked around, it comes back out. Schweitzer there. Or we won't give you the most recent goal. I don't know what happened there. Dig deep and grab an ice cold Baru on a beautiful. All right, folks, we're going to switch sides, and we're going to do it again here as we head to period number 3. What's up, bud? We had Cincinnati fans getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday next week. Something to be excited about there. But I'm not going to put one on because I'm a 49er fan. And, and it'll be dumped into the Cyclone zone and brought back out through center. Weaving through center ice, cutting to the inside. Defended off by Foligno, who's able to get control of it and carry it out to the left. Knocked forward into the zone by Kumnik. He'll go high off the glass, a bouncing puck. Swipe that and back into the corner by the Cyclones, where Kumnik will try again. This time he's got Vickers, now Goldberg. Goldberg banking one off the boards. It's icing if it's far enough. Does he have a nice pitching wedge? He does, but it just sails about 4 feet past the goal line, and we'll get an ice baby. 7 games here today on Cinnamon Swirl TV. This is your, not today, this weekend. 7 games this weekend. This is game 2. It's the Pens Elite 2011s against the Cincinnati Junior Cyclones. Thank you for joining us. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Visit us online at www.cinetv.com, www.cinetv.com. On Facebook, you can also find instructions if you want to get a block in the Penguin block pool going on. 25 a square, folks. Find us on Facebook. You'll find all the information you need. Weaving up the left into the offensive zone, sending one cross ice. Bloom gets to it. He's dumped on the play. Schweitzer there in support, wedging it forward for Dixon to get out to Lohr. Lohr up through center, spun down to the ice, and back come the Cyclones into the Pens end, winding and firing a slap shot. That's off the stick, sent careening high to the glass. Picked up by Cincinnati, a centering feed off of Zachi. Rimmed around by Goldberg, all the way to the point, but kept in by Cincinnati. The Cyclones tilting the ice here to start the 3rd period. Swiped that and popped up. It'll be out to center by Lohr. Again, an important play right there. Penguins were able to clear, forcing the Cyclones to set back up. They'll weave back in and scream a puck wide to the blocker side. To the corner where the Cyclones get control, but the Penguins out support. It'll be Baru and Luarchuk. All the way to center where the Cyclones jump back into the Penguin zone. Weaving around one and skipping one wide to the net. It'll be picked up by Zachi. He's back to the point. No further as the Cyclones control the puck in the Penguins' end. It's behind the cage there. Tapped that and cleared to the half wall. Behind the net where it's swiped away by Goldberg. Battle along in behind, centering pass coming, it's defended well. Cyclones with the puck again. That one comes out front. Brush it there with the stop. And another kick, saving it Andy by the Penguin netminder. The masked man, Sammy Burchett. Having a day, folks. Zachi rims it all the way around. It'll clear the zone. No icing the call here as we hit the 12-minute mark of period number 3. Penguins clinging to a 3-2 lead here from the Lemieux Center. Shot in, brush it there with the stick. Gloved out of the air by Foster. Possessed confidently, cleared to Schweitzer, who's off the backhand of Lohr to be gathered in by the Cyclones in their own end and turned back the other direction as they gain the Penguin blue line. Into the offensive zone, a shot comes in off the stick. Rebound sits free, it's cleared and picked up by Schweitzer. Can he get it out of the zone? He will. Between the wickets of Lohr. where the Cyclones will gain control, enter the zone on an offside play. Penguins are coached by head coach Trevor Nelson. He's flanked by assistants Rob Ferrari, Alex Kumnick, and Brian Bloom. Cyclones gain control into the Pens end. That skips between right through Burchett. But it sails wide as one's booted this time wide of the cage. Lure there along the wall. He'll get bumped. Bumped against the wall, and we're going to get a penalty here. We're going to get a body check minor here with 10:57 to play in the third. We're going to head back to the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play. The Penguins with a power play goal in this one coming off the stick of Lorzy. Face-off won by Cincinnati. Popped up and carried out through center. A shorthanded chance potentially here for Cincinnati as they carry it in, shooting it off of Burchett. He pops it all the way to the corner where it's cleared but not out by Luarchuk. The Cyclones will put it back in the Pen zone. Dixon gets to it and hammers it around. Pens need to get control here. They've got the man advantage. And Dixon will tie up Thomas, and Thomas goes flying to the ice. Maybe a bit of embellishment. But Dixon nonetheless gets caught with the hand in the cookie jar. And it'll even things up 4-on-4 hockey for 1:03 seconds. Face-off controlled by Cincinnati. To the point. Picked up, weaving down inside. A backhander screams wide to the glove hand side. Looked like Burchett had it tracked. Foster will get control. He goes calmly D to D. That's what the Pens need, is that puck possession. Zachi into the offensive zone, loses possession. The Pens defenseman falls down in the offensive zone. That could be danger. Penguins with one defenseman back, the forwards covering for him as Zachi able to regain and get back in the play, where Foster will get control and kind of toss it back out the center. Cincinnati weaving into the Penguins' end. Backhander almost catches Burchett off guard as he tries to go crossbody there. Able to keep it out. Now Bloom free at center, diving to the puck, unable to get control. Cincinnati will possess and come out of their own end. Luarchuk with back pressure, swipes it away. He's into the Cincinnati zone. To the corner, weaving, looking, trying for Bloom. A nice defensive stick there as Cincinnati gains control and exits their own zone on the power play. Shot in up off the blocker. Hammered around, it'll be picked up by Bloom. He gets it to Luarchuk, and the Pens are out of the zone, short-handed. 5 seconds left on the PK. As Bloom gets control, he'll get a short-handed chance that skips in on net and is sent to the corner. Penguins back to even strength 5v5 hockey. Battle along the wall for Luarchuk. Pops free, swiped that by Schweitzer. Ryan Schweitzer forces it all the way to the right wing corner where it's reversed by Cincinnati to the left-hand side. Pressure coming down the wall is Bowen, supporting is Schweitzer. Cyclones able to get control of that battle and get it back out the center for a 2-on-2 break. Back pressure coming from Lohr, centering feed, looking for the trailer, spinning it back to the middle, picked off by Kumnick. He'll go heavy off the boards. It's icing if it's far enough, and it is. 8:13 to play here. Third period action. Penguins 3, Cyclones 2 from UPMC. A defensive zone draw in the left wing circle of the Penguin zone. Vickers on the draw, wins it over to Lowarchuk. Great activation by the Penguins' wings, dislodges the puck out to center. It'll be Vickers along the boards, controlled by Cincinnati, back in they come. Winding one, firing, blocked by Kumnik. Vickers, heavy off the boards, Lowarchuk there, he banks it. Followed on by Baru, he can't get it to clear, but the Cyclones are in on an offside play. Lots of fans here in attendance, as on the other side we've got Mite Hockey Festival or Jamboree or something going on that side. So parking at a premium here at the Lemieux Center. Be happy you didn't have to brave the parking lot here, and you're able to catch us live on Cinnamon Swirl TV. Cyclones with it behind the Penguins and a centering feed. Kicked out by Burchett. To the corner. Sent in front, back to the corner. Defended by Bowen. A slap shot from the point. Bloom will be there. He's able to clear the Penguin zone, taking the heat out of a hot kitchen. Cyclones try to set things back up again. This time Zachi fires it all the way across, off of a defender and off of Bowen out to center before being returned to the Penguin zone. As the Cyclones continue to tilt the ice here a bit, it comes free to Schweitzer. He's got Bowen. Bowen unable to get control at center, and we'll have a battle at the Cincinnati line. It'll be Bowen lofting it all the way to the Cincinnati defense. The Penguins getting a line change. Cincinnati in onside play, lofting one in on Burchett. Cleared by the Pens to Goldberg. Goldberg finds Zachi. Zachi to center, no further as it's tapped in, but it's an offside play. And we'll get a whistle with 6:31 to play in the third. Penguins clinging to a one-goal lead. Kumnik to the faceoff. Wedged back in by Cincinnati. There's one where the Pens did not clear. Had a chance, didn't clear, but this time it's Baru getting it all the way out to center. Off of a defender's stick, right to Goldberg. Can he get a step? Comes in on the backhand and shoots one that goes off the pad and behind the net. A wraparound attempt comes out in front by Vickers, and it's whacked off of his stick the whole way to center for Kumnik. Kumnik will go off the boards. Trying for Vickers, picked off by Cincinnati as they weave into the Penguin zone. Cutting from the outside, or the inside to the outside, defended well by Kumnik. Now Vickers. Vickers will follow on. Out the center it comes. Back pressure by Cincinnati. Vickers gets it all the way to the Cincinnati line before dropping it to Baru, who cranks one, skipping it just wide of the glove hand side. Goldberg falls on the play, and Cincinnati's able to pop it up over top of him out to center. Penguins with a couple scoring chances here in this latter part of the third period as we wind to almost 5 minutes left to play. A shot from the top of the hash marks is gloved by Burchett, held on to, and we get a whistle. Sammy Burchett playing with all the confidence in the world right now. It'll be Landon Bloom at the dot to take the draw. Won by Foligno, wedged up the wall. Banked off the boards by Lohr, and he's out the center. It's a 2-on-1 with Bowen. He sends it across the ice. It's off Bowen's backhand to the half wall of the Cincinnati zone. Wedged up the wall, fought off by Bloom and the official before being knocked out the center. It's a potential 3-on-1 here that's defended perfectly by Foligno, forcing an offside play. Bloom ready to take the draw. Won by Cincinnati. They step to the FedEx logo. Winding, firing. That skips wide of the net to the corner for Dixon. Kick that. It'll be Dixon maintaining control. Tries to go across the blue line. It's ultimately lofted up to the Cincinnati end, but they'll whack it back in front of their bench. Following on Lewarchuk. He fires it cross ice to space, and it looks like the Pens are completing a line change. Baru stepping into the puck, getting control, weaving through center, cutting to the middle. He's got Goldberg going with him. It's knocked off of his stick. Following on is Lewarchuk. Can he get it through? He can't. And back come the Cyclones. Lewarchuk on the back check, as it'll be a 1-on-3. The backhander off the pad of Burchett. Rebound sitting in front underneath the Cyclone. Wedged at. It's still in front. Spinning a shot. Blocked by Foster. Wedged up and out of the zone to center, where Zachi, the Pens defenseman, activates. Taps it through. Can't get to the puck, but Baru will. Weaving in. Zachi whacks at it. And it's in the net. Luka Zachi. Holy guacamole! He leads the rush up ice and is rewarded with a tap-tap-taparoo on the back door. Luka Zachi activating at center ice to fire into the offensive zone. And he's Johnny on the spot on the back door as the puck came off Baru's stick. Right there for the Penguins to tap it home and double the lead. It's 4-2 Penguins. Here's another play at the blue line. Can the Penguins get it out? They don't. This was danger before. Kicked that by Kumnik. Cleared but not out, kept by Lohr. To the corner for Kumnik. He'll rim it around. This time Schweitzer. Beautiful tap pass to Bloom, who weaves through center. He'll create a one-on-one scenario. Gets a whack from behind, shoots one in off the pads, following up Lohr. He can't get the puck through, and Cincinnati flying back the other way. Schweitzer shooting one that's sent just wide of the cage. Bloom to the puck, inside a 3 to play here. Foligno winding, firing, that's wide of the cage. Cyclones get it out the center. Foligno defending, but it's taken off of his stick. Coming in, Burchett with the save down low. Cleared by Kumnik around to the corner. He'll be the first one there. He looks for Schweitzer up the wall. He'll find him. He spins off the wall, getting it to Lohr. Lohr's got Schweitzer. Schweitzer's got a one-on-one opportunity into the Cyclone zone. Carries to the backhand where the back-checking Cyclone is able to pick it off. Penguins keep it at the blue line, though, and dump it in behind the Cyclone net. It'll be tossed around, gathered in by Cincinnati. Up off the boards, it'll be Dixon shooting one that's deflected, kept out by the goaltender, but picked up behind by Vickers. Penguins with some scoring opportunity here as Vickers has it behind the net. Loses control before he can center, and back come the Cyclones. A nice stick, I believe it was Lewarchuk, to break up the break-in. Luka Zachi will get to the puck, the most recent Penguin goal scorer, able to get possession in the corner. Supported by Vickers, he'll carry it back towards Vickers. Zachi on the backhand to Lewarchuk. Lewarchuk swiping at it for Goldberg. It'll come out the center where he picks it up. Tossing it into the corner. Penguins need to stay on the defensive side of the puck here. Make Cincinnati go through 3 or 4 guys, and they're doing an excellent job of it. As Lewarchuk centers a pass, it'll be a penalty coming on Cincinnati for a body check behind the net. So with 1:11 and a 2-goal lead, the Penguins are headed to the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender to our right. They are short-handed, but I'm guessing they will still pull him if they can get control and get it down to the Pens' end. A shot by Kumnik. Rebound shoved just wide by Lohr. Penguins still need to keep that quality positioning here on top of the puck. Schweitzer gets to it, tries to go back to the point. That's picked off, and back come the Cyclones through center. Defended by Kumnik. He'll bank it off the boards, back out the center, where it's off the defender and it's an onside play for Schweitzer, who's got Bowen with him. He'll twist it around a centering pass. He was looking for Lohr in the high slot. Defended by the stick of the goaltender to the half wall for a shot coming from Foster that eludes everybody and heads up on the opposite half wall to be battled for by Lohr, brought on by Bowen, waved at by Schweitzer, gathered in by Cincinnati as they weave into the Penguins' end, cutting to the outside. Defended well by Foster. Lohr with the poke check, can't get control. Foster with the defensive play, lofts it out to center, and we're inside of 15 seconds to play as Cincinnati picks it up behind their own net. Baru cutting to the middle, loses control. It's behind the net where it's picked up by Cincinnati, and that horn will indicate the end of the game. A game dominated by Penguin goaltender Sammy Brichette there. An excellent performance by him and the rest of the Penguins. Grayson Baru with a pair of goals. The Seven Fields Wealth Management power play comes through for your Penguins in the first period, and the Penguins win 4-2 here at the Lemieux. Folks, go get a sandwich, go get a hoagie, go get a pizza, go get a Permani sandwich maybe, and come back here 5:55 to watch the 2010s break the 8-8 tie with Green Bay. Right back here on Cinnamon Swirl